Hey everybody, I'm back. We're into I think day 5 or so of tracking our secure score using Defender for Cloud and progressively remediating um, security recommendations and seeing how those impact the secure score. So let's see where we're at today. So we'll go into Defender for Cloud. And looks like we're at 70%. So we've gotten about a 10-point bump from where we started. We started at like 61%, so we're at 70% now. The recommendations themselves, the count at least is somewhat similar. We've got one high risk, one medium, and 52 low risk recommendations. And the surface area that we're monitoring is the same, 28 resources or so. Definitely making some progress here. Let's go in and have a little bit of a closer look on what all's changed. So we've done remediations on Azure Storage and on Azure SQL Database and on various servers. And the recommendations, themselves have changed. So if we look at this first one, the recommendations look a little different for Azure SQL Database. So first of all, we're not seeing that vulnerability assessment associated with auditing show up. We have a different vulnerability assessment showing about tracking users. And let's see what's going on here because we've already remediated some of those. And what this is telling me is that I have a low risk finding to update OpenSSL. And when I investigated this a little bit further, what I found was that this is related to the MySQL Workbench installation on JumpWin 1, which apparently uses OpenSSL and has a dependency on that. So if we just upgraded MySQL Workbench to the latest release, that should go away. So I'm not going to mess around with this one either. These two I'm going to leave alone for now. Now, one of the things I can do in here is I can sort by affected resource and see different resource types. So let's take a look at some of these recommendations for key vaults, right? So this first one, key vault should have purge protection enabled. I really don't care about these secrets getting deleted. It's just a sandbox. And if you enable purge protection, you have to keep the key vault around for a while. And I'm not really interested in doing that. So I'm going to leave that alone. Key vault secrets should have an expiration date. Again, I'm going to be deleting this sandbox, so maybe in the future I'll set an expiration date on new builds of the sandbox, but this is not something I'm going to remediate right now. This one here, firewall should be enabled on key vault. That's easy enough to do. So let's go enable the key vault firewall. We'll pull up our key vault. We'll go into networking. And right now you can see I've got allow public access from all networks. I'm going to, pare this down and just add specific virtual networks and subnets. So we'll select all the virtual networks, VNet app and VNet shared. I'm going to select all the subnets from VNet app and VNet shared, and we'll say enable. All right, so that should take care of the key vault firewall and limiting the networks that can access the key vault. It also, there's an easy one here for enabling diagnostic logs. So that's a very simple thing to do. So it's no problem to enable that. So we'll wait for this particular change to the firewall to complete, and then we'll go do the diagnostic set. We're ready to go here. So I'll click on add. And now we're going to say apply down here at the bottom. I don't want to lose these settings. All right, so we should be good to go there. I've gone ahead and applied those. Now for the diagnostic log, this is basically sending stuff to Log Analytics. So I'll just add some diagnostic settings here, and that should remediate that particular recommendation. So we're going to do just audit logs, and we're going to send them to our Log Analytics workspace, which is this guy. And we got to give it a name, audit 1 we'll call it. And I'll click on save. So that's some low-hanging fruit for remediating some recommendations related to Key Vault. There was like 4 of them listed. We did 2 of them. We did the firewall and the diagnostic log. So we should get a couple points for that the next time a scan gets done against Key Vault. So the other